Hi, I'm B. I'm a mental health nurse. I am a Scottish woman living in England, and I'm the creator of Coorie Life Creative Wellbeing. If you haven't actually heard of the words Coorie before, it's a Scottish term that means to snuggle in, nestle down, and find comfort. And it's our Scottish way of creating a warm, grounding sanctuary. So, after sharing my Scarfell Pike journey, I've changed direction. I want this channel to be more Coorie like. I want it to be a gentle space where we can explore how crafting can genuinely support our mental health and help us live more Coorie lives. So, today I'm going to take you on a tour of my craft room and I'm going to tell you the reason behind everything that I make. Right, confession time. I just did about a 20-minute film of me giving you a tour of the craft room. And when I watched it back, gosh, I even bored myself, so God knows what it would have done to you lot too. So I'm not going to put you through that, basically, is what I'm trying to say. One thing I did say in my last one that I did that I'm not going to show you is, look at this. This is one of the mistakes I made, okay? I wanted packing material and I didn't realise how big these are. Look at the size of them. It's not what I wanted really, but it was a good deal. It was only £11 for that whole box. But anyway, I have no idea what I'm going to do with these. So if you've got any ideas what I can do with them, let me know. This is what I'm going to be doing the packing in future. Anyway, back to the channel. Um, the why. Why do I do this? So as a mental health nurse, I see how much we all carry. Um, Myself included, not just the patients that I see. Crafting has become my medicine. It does help me process tough days at work when I come back. It calms my nervous system. And it does remind me that joy and creativity are still possible even on really hard days. And that makes a massive difference to me. And I want I suppose I want to spread the word really that how good it is, how something crafting is as simple or as hard as you want it to be, isn't it? Um, and I think it also teaches me about not being perfect as well. It teaches me that not every creation I make has to be perfect. I'm quite a perfectionist really. Everything has to be perfect. And I realise with the type of work I do, working with eco-resin, it's got a mind of its own. And quite often it doesn't do what I want it to do. So it does teach me that just because everything isn't the way I want it to be, doesn't mean it's not beautiful or it's not right. If that makes sense. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. Um, so I do believe making things with our hands is really powerful to move from stress into that lovely cooey feeling, the feeling that I want. So safe, grounded, and a little more like ourselves again. Because I don't know if you're like me, but sometimes at work you mask, don't you? You mask in front of other people when you can't really be your true self. That's just the way life is, I suppose. By doing crafting and by doing this, you get to be yourself, and you get to create to do something that you really enjoy doing. So yeah, that's why I do it. And why do I do the Etsy channel? We'll go more into that later, I think. But I started making these little bears. In fact, I'll show you one of the little bears. This little bear here. Here we go. I started making these. I got a mold from Etsy. Um, and no, actually, it was a Timu mold. I got a mold from Timu. It wasn't quite what I expected, but I started making them and I made about 15 of them and I had them in the kitchen, just all sitting in the kitchen. Um, and my husband really liked them. And every time he was in the kitchen, he would pick one up and he would sit and play with it. And he has anxiety, and PTSD, and it really calmed him when he would sit and play. He would just sit and sort of hold it and play with it. I didn't think anything of it. And then one of my sons came round. I came in for Sunday dinner, and he did the same. He picked it up and he was sat playing with it, and he said, "Can I have this?" And I said, "Yeah, of course you can." I was like, "Why do you want it?" He said, "Oh, I really like the feel of it. I really like sitting holding it, because I like fiddling with things, so it's really nice." So he had it, and then I took some of them into work with me, and all my colleagues really liked them. So all my colleagues have got one of these bears in different various colours on their desk at work. I might take the camera in one day and show you actually them all sitting on everybody's desks because it's quite funny. So yeah, that's why I started making, and it made me think. Actually, it is a really good grounding tool, and there's science to back it. I'm gonna do a video later on about when I show you me making them. I'll go through the science of what grounding does, but that's how I got into it really. And I thought, gosh, if my family and my colleagues like, then maybe other people would too, and maybe it would help them. So yeah, that's why that's why I started making them and did my Etsy shop. Etsy shop's really new at the moment. Haven't had any sales on it yet. I'm still in the process of setting it up really. So I won't share it with you at the moment. It's, this isn't a sales pitch for you to go on it. This is just an introduction to me and what I'll do. If there is interest in it, then maybe in the next video I'll pop a link to it. So yeah, that's my craft room. This is my craft room. This is me. And this is the heart of the channel. So yeah. So if you're craving more gentleness, creativity, more well-being, more help in your mental health in your life, then I'd love you to subscribe and join me here. And if you like it, that'd be good as well. Um, so thank you. Thank you for spending this time with me, especially if you've made it to the end. So I'll see you in the next one, I suppose. So take care and let me know what you do to ground yourself, and or if there's anything that you'd like me to make that you feel that would be good to see. So ideas would be very much welcome. So take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.